the eyes, and I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think of you, I want you coming back. I remember when we were staring at a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes, and I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think of you, I want you coming back. Call me when you want, baby, I can take it on my heart. Yeah, yeah, give me your love, yeah, yeah. Call me when you want, baby, I can take it on my heart. Yeah, yeah, give me your love, yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember when we were staring at a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes, and I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think of you, I want you coming back. I remember when we were staring at a photo. Don't forget the way you look me in the eyes, and I keep you in my heart. In my heart is where you are. I still think of you, I want you coming back. Call me when you want, baby, I can take it on my heart. Yeah, yeah, give me your love, yeah, yeah. Call me when you want, baby, I can take it on my heart. Yeah, yeah, give me your love, yeah, yeah, yeah. Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind. What does getting deep now? What does getting deep now? Follow me around, yeah. Can you let me down? Please don't let me down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Baby, let me down. Can you let me down? Please don't let me down. Please don't let me down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Close your eyes for a minute, close your eyes for a second. I won't change my mind. What does getting deep now? What does getting deep now? Follow me around, yeah. Can you let me down? Please don't let me down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Baby, let me down. Can you let me down? Please don't let me down.
and I even made myself like, I'm like, there's, you just get this idea that you want to like draw it and see it and put colors to it and beads to it. And yeah, it's like, it's not hard. It's not hard to love this job because I get to like draw every day. And as an artist, oh my God. Like I went to a Rhode Island School of Design reunion, and there were all these other, some people just can't get a job in their field, and they went to this really expensive school, and I'm just like, I was like, and then like a friend of mine was like, you don't understand, you have to see what they look like. This is what she does. But yeah, so I'm really grateful to all of you.
What is your process? Can you just walk us through, okay, you wake up, you have an idea, and then how does it get
Well, I
here?
have a system for every design. It starts out where I draw it on this, I draw it, and then I draw it on this blue grid paper, which I think I talked about the last time I was here. And it's really hard to find. My mom had it printed, and I had a few sheets of it. And what you do, it's transparent. And it's this blue grid, and you draw it on one side, and you turn it over, and you make all the squares, and then you erase the other side that you drew. Like it's the right scale. And I've seen other papers before, they just don't work. And I looked all over the world to find this stuff. And I've had people like go to Germany, because I'm like, I used the same transparent paper for like 3 or 4 designs. I would erase it and use it over and over, just because it just works for me. It's the scale, and it just works. It's like, right. So, I couldn't find it, and then I called Beth Katz, who manages my mother's stuff. And I was like, do you know where she had that printed? And she's like, Matthew, my youngest brother, we don't talk much, he might have some. He had it.
What? Stacks of it. Joking. This really was a big deal in 2020.
It was, because I have paper. And so now I've got these stacks of it, and it's almost like I could hear her saying, are you really still going to draw on that paper yet? It looks so terrible. I have it over here. You need to get it. You know what I mean? Like a message from her. Like, it's definitely love-hate with her, but it was definitely like a message, because he had it. And it's stacks of it, and now I send him money, because I'm like, thank you so much. Because it's so nice now, I'd be like, I could start, but I was taking them together. It's great, because it just works for me, But
so you get the paper,
and then I draw it into squares, and then I take that like sort of cartoony outline, and I put it onto I transfer it hand by hand to a bigger grid that I can do ink on. And then I color it. I used to color a bunch of different times for my mom. She did it 20 different ways. That was her top. But, so I color it, and I pull the threads in a pile, and I get them all ready. So it's a process. And then I start one little section at a time. And sometimes it's like, I used to be like, I'm just going to work on this one little hair thing today. It's going to be the best hair you've ever seen. Because it's like one little part, and it really is, and then eventually it's done. But yeah, some of them I start from the beginning and I finish them, and they're one whole thought. But then some of them I go on vacation, and Shakespeare's Fairies was like over 3 years. I did that. Just I would put it down and pick it up. And then the other thing I say is that if I'm working and I don't like what I'm drawing, it's my fault, because I decide what I draw. So it's kind of like, oh, I hate this, and it's like, well, you can do something else. So that's
you don't have to do that.
Yeah, it's like, if you're sick of this, it's your fault, just change it. Which is beautiful, because Witchell always lets me do whatever I want. And it's so great, and it's such a great partnership that way, because they are organized, far more organized than I will ever be. So.
I would say that, at least in terms of your cross-stitch designs, obviously the feminine is very prevalent. Is there a reason why it's fairies and mermaids and...
Well, in the beginning, I've had people like, where are the men? And I'm like, aren't there enough men? you know, like we're in the corners, you know, like, so I'm like, they're enough. And, you know, feminine body, classical art, I studied, I love museums, and that's the thing, I wanted them to, like when I first started, I wanted to be something I liked and that I would stitch. And there wasn't anything that I would pick up and stitch, and I wanted to look like real art. That like, when somebody like, you know, 50 years finds this in your attic, and they're like, oh my God, that's beautiful and classic, you know, and original. And it is, it's all original for you. You know,
What do you think when people make changes?
I love it.
Yeah?
I love it because here's the thing. Like, I design it, but I can't cross stitch well. So you are the one that makes it happen. You make it. So it's like it's a partnership between us. Because I'm the artist, I drew it, but like you make it happen. I can't do that, you know. And it's like it's a cool thing. And then express yourself. If you want to put more stuff on it or change the colors, go for it. I mean, it's like I have already stared at it and agonized over it. I'm sick to death of looking at it. And, seriously. And then I put it in an envelope, and it's usually like a ratted envelope, probably shipped up to Mitchell, and I send it to them, and they put money in my bank account.
And see. And that's the process.
It's the best job in the world. So,
Now, when you were sketching, now, is there, I've got like 3 questions at once coming out, and I apologize.
okay.
Because you've got your cross-stitch designs, but you also have your art. So when you're
They used to be different.
painting, yeah.
Because my art was, but they merged. Yeah, I used to be like, I'm doing my art, right, for myself and nobody else, you know. But then it was like they just started looking more and more alike, and then it would like cross over, and I'm like, okay, you know. But yeah,
What do you do when you're working or designing or painting? Are you listening to a podcast, music, watching TV, silence?
I'm addicted to like true crime. I don't care. My son thinks it's gross. I don't care. I want to know how, why, where.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen to me. I'm gonna find out.
Right.
It's just a thing that, and like, movies,
Yeah.
on TV. Project Runway. Because it's on one channel all day. Over and over all day. And because it reminds me of art school critiques. And I can sit there and be like, yeah, you know, like, I wouldn't have done that either. You know, like they suck, get rid of that. You know, like, the judges are, I don't know what they're thinking. You know, like, it's fun. It's like what I'm doing, and I can look up and down.
Is there anything in particular that's been inspiring you lately? Whether it's more cross stitches or art, is there?
There are lots of things. I don't even want to know if I should say this, but AI has been doing those, like, I mean, not design, but like they're doing these like fanciful women with different, I'm sure you've seen them, where it's definitely AI. And some of, I mean, they just do 100 different ways, something. So, I mean, that some of them are very sparkly and pretty because people can do that with the fashion. I love the fashion. I love, the fashion in Paris, Margiela, and, you know.
A lot of your designs are very fashion, like they look like fashion
so
sketches.
So my mom was a fashion illustrator for a newspaper when I was little. And so she would teach me how to draw. And she's like, you always make them extra tall, you know, and she taught me this. And you know, this looks pretty, that doesn't, make sure that they look like this. So I go to art school and I'm like doing these really pretty, and it's like you're supposed to draw what you see, you know. So, but that's why, and I love fashion. I used to do windows. My first job was doing department store windows and a giant old department store in downtown Columbus, Lazarus. And I was in charge of all of them, and I was only 19. I was an art school dropout.
And look at you now.
I know, and I was in charge of all of them. It was just great. It was a fun job. I mean, putting it all in there, taking it all out. And I think that's, I rearrange my furniture all the time now. Because, all the time, because I'm just used to setting up and taking it down. It's like never leaves you.
Freshen up your perspective.
Yeah. Move everything around.
is there any past design that has changed or taken on any meaning over time? Where you've had time to step back and then do you maybe see?
I see what I was thinking of when I designed it. I see where I lived, what I was thinking of, what was going on, if it was a really great time or a horrible time. But like, you know, I've said this before that Tiger Lily is the one that I was going through bankruptcy and a divorce, and Winchell was in the process of helping me, you know, move the inventory and to do this part of it. And I just sat down and thought, everything in my life is a mess. Everything. I can't do anything right. But I can sit down, and I remember this, and I can draw a fairy that people might like. And I drew her, and I can remember doing it. And it was just me and her. And like, I just remember thinking I failed at everything. But like, I can do one thing. So that's so when I see her now, I'm like, hey girl.
Right. Thanks for that, Tiger Lily. That's awesome. What do you like to do when you're not creating?
I knit.
Yeah.
Well, because after the end of the day, I don't want to put in squares. So I knit it, and it's mine. And I used to not understand when people would say, oh, your cross stitches help me so much. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? And then my mother died, and I sat and did it 3 weeks straight and didn't talk to anybody and processed it. And I'm like, that's what they mean. You know, it just helps you. And the whole hand, you know, doing something with your hand. And I've been telling people this story, I've already told it a couple times, but I have a friend who's a heart surgeon. And it's interesting to me because he said that it's really hard to find good heart surgeons now because they don't know how to sew. That, you know how when we were younger, we learned hand-eye coordination with sewing. And children aren't learning that so much these days. And so when they go to be heart surgeons, they have to really work at that to try to do it, to be able to sew well. So I thought we can all be heart surgeons.
And we need that heart surgeon money.
It's a skill they have to learn. And if you don't learn it when you're little, like, I mean, we did, you know, and if they don't teach it in schools, like in Australia, I think they teach it in schools. And I think that's why it's so popular. Like, I have so many fans there. It's insane. I've been there every year for like 6 years. It's a lot, but.
So, where do we go from here? It's 30 years.
No, you know?
What's next?
I don't know. One day I was like, I don't want to draw any more fairies. And then I was like,
Yeah.
my job is drawing fairies.
Because I remember in 2023, you brought your sketchbook
Yeah.
and you had an idea.
Oh,
for
and I did it.
flipbook ideas.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Yeah. It just takes a while.
Yeah.
I have a picture on it. It's so fun to do something and put it out the next day and have you stitching it the next night. Like, that's thrilling. But Winchell has a process too.
Yeah.
And they have this poor woman who, every single symbol is hand drawn in the square. I don't use a computer. Somebody asked me once what program I use. I don't. It's all in my head. So I'm looking at this whole. You should see that if this was all, this is what it is. All hand drawn symbols. And so there's a girl there that puts it into the computer so it's you can read it better. But yeah, that's the only way I know how to do it. I can't do it on a computer, and I try. And I know there's easier ways to do it, and it's just a process for me. But I also think doing it by hand, and you do it by hand, and it keeps it kind of pure that way.
Yeah.
In a weird way.
Now, I asked you this in 2023, and I'm going to ask you again. If there is one outfit, dress that you personally would
Like there's little bits of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I can and seeing them all together, like I can never see this. It's like the secret life. It's so bizarre. And then I'll see things like, oh wow, I did that. That was good. And then sometimes I'm like, yeah, like seriously, because I forget and I don't get to see them. These guys, I don't get to see them in person. We have a great stitcher, and I just look at the photos, so to see them, it's amazing. But yeah, and then like this is my son's, my son.
You can kind of see
And
certain
when I
phases in
babies,
your life.
babies, and
The mother patterns.
yeah. Oh, look, oh my God, look at that.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate you. We appreciate your time, your talent, your generosity in sharing, and this relationship between artist and stitcher has very obviously been working for 30 years.
I can't believe it, because I do this little thing all by myself in this room. And when my ex ran it, he would be like, we'd be selling so much. What are they doing with them? You know? Like, I can't even believe this, because like I worked with my mom, and that fell apart. And then I was really upset. My therapist told me to design one, and I was like, "You're crazy! I can't do that." And every week I went in there, and she was like, "Did you do it? Did you do something?" She's like, "You're going to be more famous than your mom. You're going to be famous all over the world." And I'm like, "You are crazy!" And I just did it to please her and get her off my back. The damaged roses. And it was just so scary, because I could design parts for my mom, but never the whole thing, because that was, her thing. But it was fun being like, what do I want?
Yeah.
You know, and
What's your perspective?
yeah, and like Christmas Elegance was very much like she's in a department store window, because I was doing windows. So you can see like the layouts. But and the architecture and the fashion and the flower bears, I'm really just go crazy. I'm like, how does this feel? You know, the thistle, like. And I just let myself go, and then like, which ones did I do there? Oh, the mushrooms. When I did those, I thought, oh my God, you're crazy. They're gonna think you're crazy. This is so weird. There's nothing like this out there. You know, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this. You know, like they're gonna think I'm gonna lose my job. You know, they're like, what? But like some people like really get it. You know.
Yeah.
But it's like that's the thing is that there's mermaid people, there's fairy people, there's big dress people, and I'm never gonna please you all at once. But
that is okay. That is totally okay, because you're right. There are a lot of animals, insects, a lot of nature pieces on your wall.
Well, when I went to RISD, I had a full scholarship, and I was only able to go there 1 year. Because Mom made a lot of money, and then I lost it, so it sucked. But they have a nature lab, and it's all based on nature. So you can draw bugs and birds. They're all like, it's like this. Just you go into this room, and it's bones and butterflies and everything. You can take it down and you can draw it, and I just love it. And so actually, I went to the reunion a couple years ago. Even though I didn't graduate, and I just went in there, and it's just my favorite place.
Yeah.
Because then you're not like stealing from somebody, you're you know, and it's all from nature, and you know, it's all nature, part of it. Anyway,
We think that you are fabulous, and we appreciate what you've created and shared with us.
it's a mind blower for me to be here, trust me. I mean, I just used to like, I used to run around the house and show my sons, look, people like me. I'm like, look at this, and I try to tell my friends, and they're like, yeah. They don't get it, and I'm just like, oh my God, you guys have no idea. It's amazing. It's like a
We
dream.
need to send them the brag table video.
Yeah.
Like 3
You
hours
need to
long.
bring them.
Yeah, bring them.
I know, it's crazy.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. Thank you
The most organized they are the top of the line here, especially with like everything that we've done. It's amazing, it's beautiful, perfect, I love it.
Thank you, Nora Corbett.